Hey, mic check 1 2 3. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Auto Transport Intel. It is Thursday. It is approximately noon. That means it's time for Dispatching Live. We are going to check the load boards. This is the load board show. So we're going to look at the load boards. We're going to talk about mobile apps, TMS, and if you've got a load board search, you got a dispatch question. If you're a dispatcher, a carrier, a family member trying to help out, trying to figure out what's going on, maybe you've seen the training, maybe you haven't, but this is your chance to join us live. We're going to be live for 90 minutes. Wow. And what's your route scout? We want to know, what are you searching for? What do you need help with? What do you want to share? What do you want to tell us? What's gone wrong? What's gone right? We usually hear more about what's gone wrong. Speaking of, do me a favor. Give me a like, okay? I appreciate it. Thank you so much. And after you do that, here's what you can do. You can click that. You see that share button? Click share, click copy, grab that YouTube link. You can text it, email it, share it on social media, send it to a friend, throw out a lifeline, a life preserver. Hey, I know you're pulling your hair out. You don't know how to get signed up with that broker. You don't know, what do you do? Do you have the load? Are you waiting on a dispatch right now? What do you do? Do you need advice? You want to talk it through? Do you need therapy? I'm just kidding. This is dispatch therapy. So listen, and by the way, if you're just confused and you need help, go to autotransportintel.com, click on sign up, become an ATI insider, talk to Ty Thompson, carrier relations, grow your business, get the email, join our car shipping roundtable, and don't forget to say hello in the live chat. Wow, that live chat's just exploding. Cars on the Move, favorite show. Yeah, thank you, Jay and Sue. Thank you, Ty. Thank you for tuning in. Party of one. Let's go. Let's see what's going on with Sue. Sue, can you see me and hear me?
Hey, I can. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. I can see your screen, and I'm excited.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Here's the exciting part. You ready?
Yeah, what is
Drum
going
roll.
on? What is
Drum roll is 65,268 loads. Is that not crazy? And what's today? April 1st, 65,000 loads. I've never seen that before, ever.
5,000 loads. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Insane.
Wow. So, and so here's the thing. Are the rates good? Right? Because
now I listened to the show while I was on there with Tuesday night, and there was a lot of people complaining about the rates.
Yeah.
And you know what I've been doing for the last few weeks? We've been getting
You've been doing, yeah, I
and
know.
I can't figure out. Yeah, they're complaining about the rates. The only thing this is what I thought about is maybe they're running a different area than what I'm running. You know what I mean? If they're running California, if they're running Texas,
you got to stop looking for the red loads, right?
Yes, exactly.
Right.
I mean, it could be that because, like I told you, this isn't made up. My 4-car made 10.5 last week. He's not on the road this week, of course, because he's broke down.
Whoa.
So there it just evens it all out again.
Sue.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, essentially he lost probably $10,000 this week. So it's not just a matter of getting fixed. You know what I mean? So, but we've not been having problems. We're getting, 70, 80 cents a mile on most of our loads. So, and that's good money. And you guys all know I usually run 3 and 4 car haulers, and that's all we really have. And even I do have a 6-car with Julissa. Julissa is one of my dispatchers that works outside of the office, and her 6-car we got out of Houston with no problem, believe it or not. That's kind of crazy. Houston, I always tell you guys never go to Houston, but we got out of there with a 6-car. Don't get me wrong, they weren't high rates. I had a couple that were in the 60-cent range, but the rest were all like 52. But even so, getting out of Houston, that's really hard to do itself.
So, okay, but you asked a really good question. So, if there's 65,000 loads and you're doing well, why is everybody still complaining about the rates?
I don't know.
I actually wonder.
That's why I didn't say anything.
I'm not saying they're great.
Hey,
this is auto transport, and
right.
People are gonna,
anything,
yeah. I'm trying to stay out of the muckety muck, but so yeah. But
And I mean, this isn't even usually high season. This is like good season, but this is like what we were dealing with when we were doing
Two
COVID.
bears.
You know what I mean?
I can do it for 50 bucks
Oh, I'll do
more.
it for
There
50
you
more.
go. That's what we're talking about. That. Because you say, dear Mr. Broker, or Mrs., or binary broker.
Whatever.
Dear binary broker, I can do it for
Oh,
50
good
bucks
Lord.
more. Do you know why? Because there's 65,000 other loads out there.
Yeah.
Dear binary
Kind
broker.
of crazy.
Oh my gosh. Woo! Hey, what's up, CSS? What's going on, Two Bears? What's going on, Chris Chamberlain? Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Ty Murphy Auto Transport.
Ty,
We are
you're right, Ty.
what did he say? Oh, that's what drivers
He
do.
said that's
Yeah.
what drivers do, bitch.
It's you know what's interesting? There's some truth to that. It's a I say this. It's a hard job. What I don't want to do is I don't want to chase folks off the channel that work hard and want some information and maybe a chance to laugh. But it's an interesting point. There are 65,000 other loads. What other leverage do you need when you're playing poker with a broker? I'm not doing it. You know why I'm not doing it for 50 bucks less? Because there are 65,000 other loads out there.
I know.
Right?
In fact, that kind of takes me into my talk I had with a fairly decent sized broker yesterday.
Okay.
And I was taking a couple of loads from him, and they're going to Grand Rapids area, so I don't know if everybody knows, but it usually get paid pretty good to go up there.
Yeah.
From St. Louis.
Yeah.
And he was saying, well, how are you guys doing? And I said, we're doing great. I mean, we're moving and grooving, we're making good money. And he's like, yeah. He goes, my customers are buying cars left and right and then are bitching because they're having to pay so much to move them. And I said, well, that's because at the time I said 59,000 loads on the board. And I said that, and he goes, I can't find a driver. That's what he said. I can't find drivers. I said, it's because they're doing what they want to do right now. They can take what they want, go where they want, and make money. They don't have to settle for crap loads that you guys usually put on here. You know what I mean?
Crap loads.
And
Yeah.
Well, and I'll be honest, this broker I was talking to, they're a good broker. They always pay you, but they don't pay outstanding. So I kind of thought it was, funny because he has to raise his prices.
It is so it is so commonplace to assume that the carrier gets some chicken nuggets and he should be happy, right? Meanwhile, taking on all the expenses, getting taxed out the nose, all the things, all the prices go up, all the regulations go up, all the expectations go up. But you know what? Throw them another couple nuggets. Well, you know what? I see the dealers. Dealers are talking about, steak dinners and trips to the island. Well, how about the carrier?
Yeah.
Can the carrier get a steak dinner and a trip to the island too? Oh, well, no.
Can they afford it?
I say no.
There you go. They could.
So,
but,
there you go, Ty. You talk about bitching. I'm right there with you. I am so pro carrier. I just don't want to talk about, which president we've got all day long.
It's not Mercury.
It's a lazy Susan of
Mercury
people I don't want to talk about. Okay. Right?
Knucklehead said it sounded like Mercury, and I said no, it's not Mercury because Mercury's loads are never usually any good.
Oh man, and that's another funny thing. What as this channel creeps closer to like kind of center stage because we're seeing it. Like as every time a company gets mentioned now, I kind of cringe. I'm like, is it one of the companies I've had on lately? But I can't stop. Because you've got, you sent me some emails. You send me emails all the time. And guys, you're welcome to send me an email. autotransportintel@gmail.com. Send it to Sue. Send it to me. Send it to Ty. Send it to your friend. That'll send it around. And the thing is, we want to share this information. But there are companies that are continuing to, I don't know. What are they continuing to do, Sue?
Do what they always do. Like, don't answer their phones. Their loads are not verified. Their loads are no good. Is that what we're talking about? Because that's what I thought we were talking about.
Put it on the list. It goes around and around. Like you just said,
So we
their
have to
loads
be
are no good.
detectives. Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
we saw it Tuesday night. Everybody knows. You can book a load, you can verify a load, you go to pick it up, and everybody's like, well, I don't know what you're talking about. How is that possible?
Yeah.
How?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I'm even having problems with the big brokers. I mean, that have their own load boards and their loads are not, they're sending over the information and not giving us the pickup phone number or the delivery phone number, or the person that they have listed as our contact is was fired, and they're no longer there. Or I got, or for example, I sent you this email too. I got dispatched a load from a big broker, and we're driving there to go pick it up. And I'm like, I need the gate pass because it was out of Grove City. And just so everybody knows, don't go to Mannheim unless you got the gate pass anymore, because you will get screwed if you don't have it. But anyways,
Yeah.
so we are heading that way to get it. And of course they didn't send me over the gate pass, of course. So I have to wait for 30 minutes on the chat line again to go get this gate pass. And then I'm told, well, I'm sorry, we got to cancel that load. It can't be delivered until April 4th. And of course it was like the 26th or something like that, or 25th. It was the 25th. And I'm like, well, I just sent my driver, to go get it. Well, we're sorry, we can't do anything about it. Okay, that's stuff that they should see when they're giving out the loads. I mean, that should just be a given, right? I'm not wrong about that. Then we took another load that was like half the price of the first load that they gave me, which was silly in itself. But at that point I was screwed, right? So we get down there.
Which is like, it's such a game. It's such a carnival game. Watch what I'm going to do next. Yeah. Watch this, buddy. Right? I mean, why is it such a carnival game?
I don't know, because even the load we ended up taking in replacement from them, we called the delivery and she was like, you're not supposed to deliver this for 2 more days. And we're like, what? No, I'm sorry. You're going to have to take it. You know what I mean? But that was from them too. So they should have known once again that this person wasn't available. I mean, they had to make it work because we already had it on by that time.
Right.
But it's stuff like that.
That's part of the game too. Watch this. I'm going to tell the carrier the bad news after they've already loaded. High five, everybody. What's going on?
Yeah.
Why?
I went through,
I want to say this. I don't understand why there's so much BS about when you can pick up or deliver. Seriously?
Right.
Telling the customer they can have it their way, like, do you want extra lettuce? And what hour do you want it delivered? Like, really? It's a car.
Yeah. Don't you want it?
Yeah, I mean, just park it in the driveway and get the signature. Why do you have to schedule the 30-minute window? I don't understand that. That needs to just stop.
Well,
stop already.
The whole thing about that whole thing was, this is what was even weirder. We picked it up from Mannheim, and she tells my driver that she has to have it in 2 more days because that's when you know how you pay for a PSI and you have like a week to, get it to you and look at it, make sure it's good.
Oh, no.
She tells them that, and I said, wait a second. That's the exact opposite. She needs it there faster, not after the expiration date.
Unless, of course, you're trying to screw. Oh, here, listen here, Sue. We're not trying to screw you. We're trying to screw somebody else. Help us screw somebody else. Somebody needs to get screwed. It's auto transport.
Yes, I get it. BM put on give them a negative rating. Okay, but nobody cares. Nobody looks at them. It doesn't matter. I'm just like, I have no faith in the rating system right now.
Did I leave that information out? Silly me.
So, I mean,
oh,
so
man.
Be it.
At this
we're
point,
always detectives.
As soon as what happens now? As soon as I put on the referee shirt, I think I lose half my brain. Like, because I know I'm in for 90 minutes of pain. 90 minutes of pain with Jay and Sue. Join us, won't you? It's time to bleed live on Dispatching Live. And I gotta think, I feel a bit embarrassed for any LinkedIn business professional that lands at this show. They're like, what is this? This, my friends, is the sausage making bitch fest. This is the
Yes.
if you want to know the pain of what it's like to book loads on load boards. Now, I mean, yes, you can have similar pain by working direct with your customer. But with the load board, it's extra painful. Can I get an extra helping of painful today by, just randomly talking to somebody and now they want me to do it for $50 less, or they're going to tease me with some nuggets, or they're going to tell me that they'll send it over in 2 hours, right? Or oh yeah, it's oh, here's one. I got this. I'm going to share. I love this. This is so funny. This is what I love about people sending me stuff. Where is it? Oh, okay. First of all, I'm going to come back to that.
Dispatcher starter kit.
All right.
Oh my God.
I know, it's so funny. But this full load. That is freaking hilarious. I've never seen full load. I've seen mix. Or like car.
Yeah.
But I've never seen full
right.
load, and I just love it. Which brings us to, yes, the dispatcher starter kit. This is what it's going to take to get through the day. You need a phone, yourself, you need some trucks, and then something to help you get through all this pain. You're going to need some medication. Because this is what it's like to be a dispatcher. I'm just going to leave that on the screen. Go ahead and everybody take that in, dispatcher starter kit. And this was on Instagram.
Oh, that's hilarious.
It's funny. It's pretty fun. Long Beach, California. There you go. So yeah. Happy April Fool's Day, everybody. Don't be the April Fool. Yeah, there it is. Don't be the April Fool. I changed the thumbnail for the day. All right. Are we searching for
chickens cooking for you?
Are we searching for cars, or is this what is this? What are we doing?
Yes, we can. But you didn't answer me. Did you hear? Did you not hear my chickens clucking for you?
Oh,
you said chicken nuggets. I have a chicken buzzer now.
You have a chicken? What?
Yes. Listen.
Yeah.
So this is when you say chicken nuggets. This is what I'm going to do.
Awesome.
That, or I've got this one. This one's even better.
Oh.
We'll use that one. That's better.
Yeah, I like that one. That's kind of more like, wait a minute. You just mentioned chicken nuggets, but you're playing live chickens. That kind of messes with your. Go ahead and share your screen again.
Yeah, there you go.
Let's go back into the live chat. Let's see. Okay, so yeah, we got people signing up for the roundtable super spreader. That is going to be awesome. Oh, hey, BM talks about needing a printer. Yeah. Hey, Sue, what's your take on having a printer in the truck? Printer? It's 2021. You think
I think you should have one.
Yeah, I do
you
too.
You can get them for like $40-$50 and keep them in your and they're wireless. And I will say, like, I had my driver, one of his froze during the wintertime, so you have to worry about that if you're in a pickup truck. But still, even at $50, if you had to buy 2 a year, it's still worth it. Then, like, I had a driver the other day, and I don't think he understood that I said to go to the dealership and we would send him the paperwork there, for the releases.
Right.
Instead, he goes and finds in Kinko's. And he sits in line at Kinko's.
Oh, God.
Yeah, and I'm like, what the hell are you doing there? And he's like, well, I have to get these printed. And I'm like, I told you to go to the dealership.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Ty says to get the deep fryer sound. Oh, my God. So you got to get the clucking chickens and then a deep fryer.
Oh, no.
And then and then after you do the deep fryer, I'll hit the cash register. Because I got a cash register here. Let's see here. Where's the cash register?
Yeah, I mean, I think you should have a printer in your truck, no questions, because seriously, I don't know how many times.
Kinko's.
I mean, you do stuff for backlots that usually has a gate code.
Yeah.
But sometimes there are releases. You always have a release for ACV. Sometimes these people at the places will look at your phone, but most of them lately have been not, which is even more silly because if they don't want COVID, then why would they want to print it on their printer right next to you?
Let me tell you.
You know what I mean? So why wouldn't you rather show the phone and here it is, or I'll send it to your email or something. You know what I mean?
On the COVID thing. Oh, I just want to say this. Okay. on the COVID thing, right? Because everything just got more remote. But on those election vote things, you can't. That's the only thing not going more remote. I found that really interesting. All right, I'm gonna get back to dispatch.
Yeah, it should go the opposite direction.
Right, because that's really weird. What's with the portable printer, or what do you look up? Because I hate vague information.
I just go on Amazon.
Yep. And
I just go to Amazon and I find a wireless printer. Can I show Amazon on here?
Yeah, do it. I want to, because I love to make, let's
make any difference.
I know I'm not getting any money out of it, but let's go to Amazon and let's look up what kind of printer, because I see this, people ask this on Facebook and stuff. What kind of printer should I get?
Because literally, I gave one of my drivers one for Christmas one time. I had it mailed to him just so he would have something in the truck. Now, these are a little bit higher, so I'm kind of going through here. Usually
I like
about 40,
HP.
$50, but everything's gone up because of COVID too.
Right.
So there we have it.
So you're in for a couple. You're in for $100 or so. You know what I don't like is I don't like the flatbed scanners. Should you have a scanner? Do you need a scanner? Maybe.
Yeah, I mean, I would just do the flatbed scanner only because it's cheaper. If you get the ones that are not the flatbed, then you're going to pay more money for it, and you really aren't going to use it very often. You can actually use your phone as a scanner now.
Okay.
So to me, it's kind of pointless. But I will tell you guys a secret about, buying either HP, Canon, or Dell for your. You don't. I know they want you to buy those full cartridges, from them, and you're like triple. Amazon sells the off-brand version of it for like a quarter of the price for your cartridges. So just do that. Even if it kills it 6 months later, you're still better off doing it.
So, hey,
you'll still save money.
CSS has an Epson Workforce 110. Will you look that up? I want to see it.
Yeah.
Hey, what wireless printer do you have in your truck? Actually, this is a great conversation.
See, I always look for the compact ones because I know they don't have a lot of room in their pickup truck and to move it around, so I always look for something tiny. Yeah, that's pretty small right here. This is it right here.
Yeah, that is.
To me, honestly, I always tell the guys to get cheaper ones. This is kind of pricey.
How about
the cheaper ones, of course.
Well, that's the thing.
They're not going to last the whole time because they get cold and hot.
Yeah, too cheap.
So go for cheap.
What about the Brothers 7860?
No, it won't matter.
Brothers 7860. Anybody going once? Going twice. And BM says he uses the scanner a lot. See, I would think you would. And I don't like that. I don't like a flatbed scanner. I like that feeder tray. Because if you have like 3 or 4 pages, man, you're there all day, and then you. Brothers 70.
See, these are too big to put in your truck. These are the kind of I sit on my desk.
That is big, yeah.
So I wouldn't take one of these. These are huge. I've got them in my office. I've had Brothers. I've had Canons. They're all about the same.
Right, and then you got a paper jam. You're like, yes, I'm gonna go pick it up. I gotta fight this paper jam. I'll be the.
I always just put in printer compact because that's what you want. You want something tiny.
Yeah.
And honestly, you can spend more money on a printer, but I'm going to tell you right now, it's not going to make it through the winter and the summer when it gets 110 degrees inside your truck or, below 0 inside your truck. It's not going to make it. So buy the cheaper one, just buy 2 a year and call it good. It's a business expense.
Buy 2 a year.
It's still cheaper than stopping at Kinko's, okay?
I'm thinking spend
$40, $50 a piece. Yes,
spend $150 and that thing will last at least a year. For $150, I would think. I would hope.
Because really, honestly, Jay, how hot does it get in a truck without air conditioning on it in Texas? Tell me, how hot will it get?
Well, what hot enough to cook a driver? I mean,
in your truck,
don't you have? I guess you're saying just leave it.
No, he's not in there. Say he's outside loading.
Say he's outside loading.
Yeah, or say he's parked for the night and he's in the hotel room, and it's you see what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. On top of it, you can buy a warranty on any of these. They usually give you a 3-year warranty, and you can turn that thing back in and get another one. So even if you bought a $50 one, buy the warranty for it. Like this one right here. This one works with Alexa. It's only $89. It's an HP. None of my guys do a lot of scanning because we use Super Dispatch, And I don't know if most people know about this, but you can use a program called Drive Axle. It's an app, and it will turn anything into a PDF
Oh,
and send it to anybody for free without you using a scanner. So that's why none of my guys scan. I just make them take a picture. They send it in to me that way. If it's like a special BOL that they have to send in for a load, like RPM, like CarMax, that kind of thing. Um, but I mean, if you're not using an EBOL system, I could see where you would need a scanner left and right.
here's my question, Abdi, because Abdi is a good sample for this. Abdi, how much do you use your in-truck printer? And I'm curious, how much printing do you do, and how much scanning do you do? And unfortunately,
There you
even though
go.
it's 2021, I bet he uses it more than he wants to. Because here's the thing, I know, even up until the day I stopped dispatching, I had to print things, I had to scan things, um, and I still right isn't don't when you're dealing with all the different brokers and the auctions. Because go back to Mannheim, Ty's talking about Mannheim. Everyone's talking about Mannheim. Isn't there still to just get a gate pass? How easy is it just to get a gate pass? Isn't it still not easy enough to get a gate pass? And if you got to print it or whatever you
Well,
got
I
to
won't go
do,
anymore without them in hand.
you won't. What's
You
drive
mean,
axle? What is this?
no, I won't not anymore. Okay, so this is what I was telling you about. This is a free, now don't sign up for the actual full, but this is free on any smartphone, and it turns, see how it takes, you take a picture of it and it turns it into a document without you
Mm,
scanning. So you don't have to scan anymore. I've been using this for like 10 years. It's the best thing ever.
wow,
And all you have to do is use your phone.
wow.
And but if you, as long, don't sign up for they have a version of it you can pay for, but this is free. The difference between the free version and the other one is it only keeps your things on file and to the person for 24 hours or 48 hours, I think is what it is. So you have to go download it and print it and get it moved on, otherwise you lose it and they got to take it over again. But anyways, this is what we use all the time. We've been using it for quite a while.
Check this out. Abdi says his BOL is paper, so pretty much
Uh-huh.
24/7. Question, Abdi, have you tried an electronic bill of lading mobile app?
Yeah. Yeah.
Interesting. It's good feedback. I love this feedback.
Yeah.
I know he's not alone. This goes for any. It's universal. And anybody that's doing
Yeah.
something, there's other people doing that too. I guarantee it.
Yeah.
Hmm. Interesting. Oh yeah. By the way, anybody have a do you have a route scout that you want us to look at? Do you have a
Yeah.
dispatching
Yeah. Yeah.
question? And oh, you know what we need to do? Hey, before we get to a route scout, I'm gonna take the screen again. Okay. You know what we need to do? You guys ready for this? We do the questions on Tuesdays. We're gonna look at the answers. You guys ready? Oh, we'll go back to that. Hey, while seatbelts were required to be installed in vehicles beginning in '68, what year was the first law mandating their use? Anybody? Seatbelt law went into effect when? 67, 84, 75, 78. What is it? 70, 75. Can't be 67. So I'm going to go with, I'm going to go 75. Oh, 84. Wow. Boy, you got me there. All right, here we go.
Wow, I would have thought that was older than that.
I know, right? That's the weird thing about time. When you look back, whoa. What is the most appropriate carrier pay amount to ship a 2019 Buick LaCrosse from Summerfield, Florida to Jackson, Mississippi? Now, remember, everybody, Larry knows his stuff. Transport Auto Quoter is accurate. So if your number is off, it's okay, but this is the number that will get the vehicle moved. It's not a low ball, it's not a high ball. It's a mid ball. Okay.
I'm gonna say 495.
495 gets it moved. Anybody? Anybody? And the answer is 610. Wow. Wow.
Larry.
Good job, Larry.
Wow.
All
Out of
right.
Florida? I mean, don't get me wrong. We would all love to get paid like that out of Florida, but that doesn't happen.
And so, you know what? Here's the thing. Where's Summerfield? Because Larry takes into account a lot of factors. Where's Summerfield? I don't know.
Are you talking to him or something?
Springing.
415. BM said 415. Well, good job, Larry. That's awesome. See? Larry's helping the carrier. All right, here we go. And by the way, you know that if you want to play this game, it's already over. It is surprising. Isn't that great? Because Larry cares about the carrier. You go to dispatchcenter.com/ask Larry. I'm going to share that. dispatchcenter.com/ask Larry. And that's where, so on Tuesday nights we share these questions on Tuesday nights live. And then Tuesday night, when you see the questions, go to dispatchcenter.com/ask Larry, submit your answers to win. By the time we share all this stuff on Thursdays, there's the link. By the time we share the stuff on Thursdays, somebody's already done all the winning. But it's still fun. It's fun as heck. Really? Okay, here we go. Next one. We got one more. Actually, we have a few more. According to the FHA, how many miles of road existed in the U.S. in 2017? 4, 2, 18, 10-ish. How many miles of road existed in the U.S.? Wow, that's going to be a lot. It's got to be way more than 2 and 4.
Yeah.
It's 18 or 10. It's got to be.
I think it's got to be the 10. Yeah, that's me too.
Thank you.
I don't think it makes any sense.
All right, here we go. Anybody else?
Of course, we could be totally off our rocker. Florida to Florida.
Oh, it's 4. Dang. This is harder than it looks.
Looks, yeah, I would have never thought that.
Wow.
It sounded
This is hard.
too low.
Okay, here we
Hey,
go.
Ty, I'm going to look up Florida to Florida.
Two more. What is the most appropriate carrier pay amount to ship a 2012 Volkswagen Beetle from St. Paul, Minnesota to Easley, South Carolina? Okay, what's going to get it moved? This is hard, isn't it? This is hard. This game's fun. I like this. Thank you, Larry. The Llama Transport Auto Quoter by Superflow. And the answers are just rolling in. I'm going to go with 820. Oh, yeah.
I'm trying to run the miles so I kind of know. Is that what it was?
Much.
I want my internet.
All right. I think we got one more. Everybody ready? Which of the following features would impact the vehicle's shipping price? Oh, everybody's going to get this one. Sunroof, lift kit, leather seats, steering wheel, heated. Which one? Okay, I know. Everybody's got this, right? Come on. You got this.
Lift kit, hello.
This is day one of dispatching. You got this. It's the lift kit. Woo! All right. Thank you, everybody, so much for playing. Appreciate your participation. I really enjoy that game. That is a lot of fun. Party of one. Okay, so yeah, so Ty is looking at Florida to Florida. Go ahead and you can take the screen when you're ready, Sue. Yep, there it is. BM lift kit.
Okay.
Yeah.
All righty. So put in Florida to Florida.
Okay.
We got 1,278 loads total, so maybe we should do this a little bit differently. Because there's always going to be loads inside the state. Maybe we should put them over a certain rate. What do you think to make this a little bit smaller?
Hey,
Plus,
while you're
Florida's
doing
huge,
that,
so
hey,
that's why it's bringing up so much.
keep going. I'll be right back. Keep going.
Okay. Let's change it, Ty. Let's change it tied to maybe Miami, Florida to the rest of Florida and see what comes up in that area. And then we could always work our way back from Orlando back up because that'll bring in Tampa and Kissimmee and stuff like that. Let's see if I can get my internet to work here. Miami, Florida. And we'll just go to Florida. Now let's see what we got. Now I don't have any parameters on here at all, so it's going to bring up good loads and bad loads. So let's see what it rolls out here. So it's 388 loads now. Let's see. So we got a golf cart going over from Boca to Sarasota, which that's not bad. Kind of all split up because like Fort Walton Beach isn't going to be anywhere near any of this other stuff. Usually what I see on here out of Florida to Florida is you're going to see a lot of Miami to Orlando, Miami to Jacksonville and back and forth, or Miami to Tampa and back and forth. That's a pretty normal run. Like this is a good paying load, but it's a van. It's going from Fort Lauderdale down to New Smyrna, which is right after Daytona and before Jacksonville. There's a Jacksonville. See these Jacksonvilles, I think we've looked up before, do not pay wonderful for sure to go. And they're always going to the port. Like it says TWIC required today, $150, but it's only 45 cents a mile. That's crazy, but you need it done today. So that's why you would list it so cheap. And then you have the stuff that's just like real close by, like these cars that are $75, $80, $50. We see these all the time. We talk about the fact that, I mean, a tow truck driver would charge more than this. Because by the time you figure it takes you an hour to load, hour to unload, I don't care if it's 25 miles, it's still going to be 2 hours worth of your time. I don't know if 2 hours worth of your time and the expense on your wear and tear on your trailer is worth $75. I mean, it might be to somebody. To me, it doesn't make any sense. I think that should be like, if we're doing what we talked about with Ty, which is, you're trying to offer a service from, say, a high-end place to a residence, you should be getting $200 a car, right? To me, that only makes more sense. All right. And here's the loads I was talking about, like going to Ocoee and Tampa. This is average 125, 120. I don't think we got a whole lot of good stuff on here. There's a Mercedes from Hollywood to Jacksonville for 230. There's another one going to for Cars Drive going in Ocoee for 180. This kind of makes more sense. I could
That
see
180,
taking up a 3-pack.
If you were Florida to Florida, would you do that Cars Arrive car?
Would you have a choice? The problem is that's probably one of the higher ones on here. I
know, right?
Well, we just showed it. The
that is the low. That's the lowball effect, isn't it? Is that you get so used to seeing red cards that you get excited by a couple extra nuggets.
I mean, this I could see doing. You've got a 3-pack here going to Ocoee. Yes, they're $150 a car, but you're only, if this is correct, one pick, one drop.
Yeah, that's
to me. That's
and those are all sedans,
that's an easy day.
I think.
Yeah. So
used sedans, COD.
I mean, that'd be great if you're a bigger car hauler.
Sign me up. That's not bad.
Yeah. They're probably, I would assume, delivering them to the auction to be sold would be my guess. If they're paying you on pickup, you know what I mean?
Right, they're going to the auction. Yeah. Right. They're going to what is it? Florida Auto Auction?
The Dodge Charger.
Central Florida Auto Auction? Or no?
It's the Dodge Charger. It's Goals Auto. Goals. GOLZE. Sorry.
So Ty, you get a lot of Florida to Florida carriers. Wow, that is fascinating, isn't it? Like, can you believe that?
Yes. That's what he told me one time too. Yeah.
Wow. That's almost
There's
depressing.
a lot. I mean, we get a lot of calls from him too.
Wow.
because I don't do, we don't do in state, so we get a lot of
We
calls
talked
for
to them
that.
This morning, they said they were on schedule to pick you up. And that
Why
they were
is
going
that?
to give
What's
you
a
call.
what is going? Is there a super spreader in Florida? Like,
Well, we know there's a lot of people in Florida as transporters, and I think a lot of them want to stay
Okay,
what I would consider
I'll call
local,
them right now.
so they can be home every day. But honestly, I don't know if I wouldn't get a tow truck instead. I think you'd make more money.
I know. Well, I love them.
Sad.
well,
You
and
know what I
it's
mean?
speaking of, right, we're going to have somebody on the super spreader that was in auto, went to tow, and have you seen
Uh-huh.
all the car haulers that are going to freight?
Uh-huh.
You seen that? Man, I mean,
No,
there are
but I heard bad
several.
things about freight. So
Well, Ty, would you go to freight from
freight was low.
car hauling, auto
It's
transport?
easier. I mean, honestly, it's easier. I mean, I've got a
Yeah.
guy that's done both, and right now he's doing freight. He hates it. It is easier. He told me straight up, it is easier, but I hate it. And I asked him why, because he's planning on coming back. And he said because first off, he goes, the people I'm dealing with are not you. I said, thank you. He goes, the shit's always all messed up. I'm always out of route. He goes, you always put everything in order for me. And you knew what was going on. And if I showed up for the load was ready. Da, 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 da. And he goes, and these guys never have me loaded. I'll sit for 2 or 3 days. And they know I'm going to be there because they sent me to this place to go there. And then they don't have me loaded. And then they had the problem with the $6,000 for their factoring company not being approved and stuff like that. So he hates it. He said, and also he said, all I'm doing is sitting in the truck and getting fat. All I do is sit here and eat.
That
and
is
get fat.
exactly what I was going to say, is that it's a totally different lifestyle. I would think if you go
Yes,
from auto
yes,
transport to
yes.
freight, you would suddenly feel like the earth
Yeah.
stopped moving.
Yes.
And
Yes.
not in a great way.
He doesn't
'cause-
like it, but
and that, which is why also
Yeah.
I think a lot of freight that tries auto transport is like, what the heck is going on here? It's
Yeah,
not
it
a
is
knock
two
against
different
freight.
things. I
It's
mean,
just a totally different
yeah.
world. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like taking
Yeah.
an accountant and throwing him in a construction site. I mean, it's gonna feel a little strange, and maybe
Right.
you can get used to it, and maybe it's really
Right.
what is a better fit.
Yeah.
But it seems strange to hear. Yeah, I switched from auto transport to freight this week, and I'm going back next week, and I understand you're chasing the
Yeah.
money, but that brings us back to another point. Why is that? Why are you still chasing money on a load board? And that's another thing too. I recognize that I'm sitting at a desk talking, and I'm not out there talking to dealers and hauling cars. I get that, and I'm willing to accept that. And if we're totally messed up on this whole idea, join us for the super spreader, which is gonna we have a guy on the super spreader that got out of auto transport, and he's in freight now, and we're gonna find out how that's going. And it's not one of the obvious. It's somebody who's not obvious, but it's several people have done it. It's really fascinating.
Let's see. There's quite a few loads on here, but I mean, they're all like what I said as far as prices go. Let's let me flip it around and come out of Orlando instead of Miami and see what's on here. Orlando's usually a little bit harder.
And there's another broker tactic when you're talking to the dealer that says, "Well, we move it all day for $75, 300 miles."
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'll tell you what. Not only are there 65,000 other loads for me to look at, but there are guys getting out of auto transport because your rates suck. So, can I have some extra nuggets?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, what? Yes.
Let's see what we got here.
I also think that there are 65,000 loads because now that digital auctions have gone crazy and everybody thinks they can have it their way and order on Amazon and get it the next day. Well, guess what? What if Amazon doesn't have your brand new fancy pants route? Okay?
Yeah.
Brand new fancy pants route. Dang.
Okay, so there's quite a few out of here, but they're not, I mean, once again,
What the hell are they saying?
they were saying Orlando.
I'm sorry, what was that, sir?
As it just philosophically as a dispatcher, this search blows. like searching Florida to Florida
Yeah.
really sucks.
I mean, there's a lot of loads on here. I mean, really there is, but and I'm looking like you can keep yourself pretty busy doing this stuff, but I'm not into $150 per car per day.
There's no money as a third party. And listen, everybody's running a business. That's
Right.
That is number one. The dealer's running a business. The auction's running a business. The carrier's running a business. We know the broker's running a business. So is the dispatcher. And none of the people mentioned are illegal, by the way.
Thank you so much.
This is a good load. Look at, I mean, I know it's only 52 cents a mile, but it's 9 units for $16.50 for only 350 miles. Huh. I think they've had to raise some of their prices because I think we've looked this up before and it wasn't this good. I mean, don't get me wrong, some of these are not great, but some of these are really good.
BM.
Like, look at this. There's an F-250 here for
Ooh.
auction direct for $1.33 a mile from Orlando to Crestview, Florida,
Yeah.
which is Fort Walton Beach area.
For a load board rate, that's
not
pretty
bad
good.
looking at all.
Yeah.
Yeah. I will say the auction direct usually pays pretty decent though. I love working with them.
Nice.
They were one of the emails that I sent to you because one of my driver did a night drop and didn't get a signature. And so they were all pissed off about it. And I don't blame him because he knows the rules. He knows that if he's doing a night drop, I need the person's name put on the EBOL system and sign off on it just so they know what's going on. It was really funny is because Auction Direct sent me, the owner of Auction Direct sent me back an email and said, "Oh, thank God it's you, Sue. We watch you on ATI all the time."
Yeah,
Now
saw
I know
that
it's not
email.
some
Wow.
idiot out there doing that. Yeah.
Well, and then
So that was kind of cool.
That
And
was
like I
cool.
told him, I did spank his ass about it. So
And you, well, that's funny. And you did say, you sent me an email. We need to discuss transporters not using BOLs. Who transports cars without using a
The hell
BOL? Like, what's up with that, right?
I know. So listen to this. Here's a story for you. So I dispatched a vehicle from Arizona up to Reno area. And when I do these cars, it's for a big dealership over there and they pay $1 a mile kind of thing. I shouldn't have to put on there that you use a BOL. That should be just general policy for anybody out there, right?
That is insane. Tie your shoes.
On top of it, this is
turn the sink off.
Yeah, and this company had like 200 and some ratings. How the hell have they been getting along? And when I asked for the BOL, they're like, "You need to talk to the driver." I'm like, "Ah, shit," because I've already seen that they've used the central dispatch sheet to have them sign at pickup and at delivery.
The
So I already
central
know.
dispatch sheet is not a gate pass.
Yes.
That's
On
not
top of
a
it,
BOL.
you're not supposed to show that to anybody at pickup or delivery anyways. That's just part of the rules. So when I asked the driver, I asked the driver for the BOL and he said, "That's it." I said, "That's not a BOL.
God,
You
that's
should
my
have
BOL.
pictures,
That is so
you know."
funny.
Right. And he said, "You didn't ask for one." I said, "It says right in my contract that I need a BOL." He goes, "No." So he sends me the definition of BOL.
Wow.
He said, "No, you should have asked for an inspection sheet."
Oh,
Are you shitting me?
wow. This is a fun industry. It's just plain fun.
Yeah. Needless to say, I didn't respond, and
That
now
is
they're
an
on my do not use list
incredible-
because I'm like, you shouldn't have to tell anybody that. I mean, come on.
Wow.
So
That
if
is
they were
great.
new, if they had been new, I would have understood it more. But this is an established company that's been doing this for a while. So yeah.
Wow.
How many one-car loads are on Central?
Yeah,
What do
that
you
is a
mean?
good question. How many single car loads? I'm curious about that too.
It won't do it like that.
You can't do a
See, when
single
you
car
put in
load
a search
because it's a minimum.
because you put in one and it puts up anything above it.
You
Yeah,
can't
it's a
do-
minimum. It's
yeah.
not only.
Well, now that we've asked for it,
think
we're
so.
certainly not going to get it. Yeah,
Hang on, I'm pretty
that
sure
brings
we
me.
cannot
Let's
do
just
it.
do that. Let's do this real quick.
Yeah, minimum number.
Let's go back to, here's the question. Oh, dispatcher starter kit. You're going to need that because how do you feel about the new search experience? How's it going? It is April Fool's. It is, sorry, April 1st, 2021. How do you feel about the new search experience on Central Dispatch? Serious answers only,
No, we didn't.
or
no.
twisted fun. What is the
I
answer
haven't
here?
I haven't used it yet, Jay.
Haven't used it yet. Anybody else?
I'm refusing to use it until it's corrected. Let's put it that way.
Haven't used it yet. Refuse to use. How do you feel? This is great feedback, and this is a public. We're doing a public service here. How do you feel about the new search experience on Central Dispatch? Are you using it? Is it incredible? Are the features blowing your mind? Is it the greatest thing since sliced load boards? Are you finding cars faster than ever? Is it so much information you don't know what to do? Is it a one-click heavenly experience? Nothing. Crickets.
Wow, it's
I got
not even wanting to come up on my screen. What does that tell you?
Nothing.
Something?
Nobody wants to talk about the new search experience except for me. All right. Well, going once, going twice. All right. Well, I guess we're back to the dispatcher starter kit. There you go. You can share your screen again. That didn't work at all. So let's just. That has nothing to do with the. Okay, so let's go to the Mug O problems. These are actual
do you not want me to share
dispatcher problems. All right, the answer.
You're gonna take me off then.
Oh no! I say this
Sure.
every time I read one of these. What a flashback. Sue, are you ready? Today's Mug O problems problem is you feel like you have to become someone's new best friend to get the good paying loads.
Yeah.
It's so true. Oh, it's
Trust
so
me.
true.
I suck up all the time.
Oh, hey, what's going on? Oh, hey. You know, like, can I just book a load?
You want to hear something funny?
Yes.
So I know you had McAllister's on the other night,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
So as soon as we walked in yesterday morning, he popped up a load, and I made her call to get the load. And I'm like, before you hang up the phone, tell him what a great job he did on ATI, but he'd already hung up the phone on us. But it was McAllister's.
Oh no! So it was a lost suck up. It didn't even work, and you had to suck up.
Yes, it was a lost suck up.
A lost suck up. Oh, those are the worst. Oh my gosh, that is awesome. Speaking of stories, and if you have a Route Scout, it's never too late. We're here for another 30 plus minutes. Go ahead and put your Route Scout into the live chat. We want to know how many are you looking for and from where to where, and are you empty now? Are you driving around empty? Is everybody pacing in the living room and you're yelling at people because you're so frustrated? Are you, have you been through all the load boards and you still can't find anything? How many load boards do you search? Do you have a question about a broker packet? Put it in the live chat. Feel free to do that. In the meantime, I'm just going to keep talking. In fact, Sue's going to talk because, Sue, you've got some other stories here. What do you got? Let's see. Okay, ridiculous stuff. I grabbed a job from blank. I got there, no car. Oh, this was from John. Remember John? I think it was Friday. He had you. He was trying to urgently contact you to try to load snipe a load because one of our. I mean, this is a
ACP.
Huge.
Yeah.
This is a huge
whoops.
company. That's fine.
Sorry.
Nobody cares. It's only 15 people here, anyways.
Yeah.
Oh, 17. Big.
But yeah.
And we're two of them. It was a big company, and I mean, this is a huge company. How is there not a car there when the transporter gets there? How?
Okay. All right.
I mean,
I know
it
right?
happens though. You know what I mean?
But why does it happen so often?
It's been happening a lot.
But why does it happen so
I don't know.
often?
It's happened even more.
It happens
because people
all-
aren't doing their jobs.
It happens
I mean,
all
honestly.
the time. Does
We-
Carvana? Does
Yeah, I
Carvana?
mean, I've noticed it even worse.
Does Carvana
ahead.
show up with a
Does Carvana
flatbed, an empty flatbed? Like, hey, you're. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh God, the flatbed's empty. Hang on. Like, that doesn't happen. That'd be a great
Yeah.
ad.
Yeah.
Ty says, how many apps do you
I just
use?
noticed it's
Actually,
been
that's a
worse.
really good one. That is a good question. How many apps do you use? How many apps are on average, how
you
many
mean for car
apps
haul?
is the average driver using right now? Is it 5?
Well, let's see. They have Ready. They have Cars Arrive. They if they use them, just so you know. Okay, so you have Ready. You have Cars
Right.
Arrive. You have United Road, Metrogistics. Who else?
Tesla
That's a
app.
good.
The
Okay,
Tesla
how many-
app,
yeah,
which
how-
never works. Just
How
so you
many
know.
Tesla? All right. How many
Card.
apps? How many apps do you have in your phone? Right. So you got so Cars Arrive, Ready, VTAS, then probably maybe like a Super Dispatch,
Yes,
right? Maybe you've got Truckify.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe you've got, and then maybe like a Supreme
Yeah.
or a More or let's see. Does Ship.Cars have a mobile app?
Do they have app?
Does Montway have a mobile
Yes,
app?
Ship.Cars, Montway wants you always to use it. Yeah, they
Right,
want you
of
to use
course.
it every time, but
What
Yeah.
else do we got? Carshipio has an app. Do they have an app?
no.
They have a load board, but not an
No,
app.
they don't. Not as far as I know.
Car Delivery
Right, because
Network.
we get our loads from like Auction Direct.
Car
I've never
Delivery
used
does,
that one.
does Car Delivery Network have an app? What about ClearPath? ClearPath TMS?
I don't think so.
I don't know if they have a. I know
Never
they have a
used it. No,
TMS.
I've never heard of it.
I don't know if they have a mobile app.
Is that like an EBOL system? Is that what that is?
So ClearPath
Like
TMS.
Run Buggy has an app.
Oh, Run Buggy, Auto Sled. Does Auto Sled have an app? I think so. Man, we're
Yes, they do.
over
It's
we're
an
over a
EBOL
dozen.
system. Yeah.
We just crossed a dozen. You could have a dozen mobile apps loaded in your device.
Right.
Okay, cool. Now that we
Yeah.
got over a dozen mobile apps, how many do you use? How many mobile apps? This would be a good Larry
So
question.
Ty just asked.
How many mobile apps?
Ty just
How many
asked if you have
mobile
a load
apps
for Cars Arrive.
does
or
the
whether
average
you use that
carrier
app.
use? Okay, all right.
So I will say, Ty, this is what happens with most of my drivers. They only use Super Dispatch. They're supposed to use all these other apps, and every once in a while, Rat will call in, slap somebody's hands, and say, "You better use it. We're going to cut you off." But I hate to say this, but most of the time, their apps are not working correctly. But so I always just tell them to use Super Dispatch.
Yeah, you are, man. You
And
are.
there's some apps that
You are all about Super Dispatch. Like, I mean, that's
honestly, I mean, it's.
I know. Hey,
we use it all the time.
And everybody, this is the way everybody approaches their coffee, right? Hey, it works. Maxwell House, Folgers, I'm hooked on it.
Yeah.
I'm using it, and do
There you
not
go.
take it. Do not take my coffee.
Until it doesn't work.
All right, get your hands off my coffee. And that's why when they say you gotta use our well, you have to drink our coffee. Okay, I know you like Folgers, but you're gonna have to drink Maxwell House today. Really? Do I have to? Like, why?
Well, have you ever?
Why do I have
Here's
to?
a funny one. I've had people tell us that they had to use Super Dispatch, that they weren't going to give us a load unless we use Super Dispatch.
We didn't. We didn't mention Venlocity or Vehicle. We're at 15 now.
Well, I don't like Venlocity.
How many companies have 2 mobile apps?
Yeah. Well, I said Metro. Metro is Venlocity. But I don't recommend
Now
it.
that's a great Larry question. How
Yes,
many companies
Carlos, you
have
did,
2
I
mobile
know.
apps? That's awesome.
Did I got called last week too.
Oh, that is fun. Gosh, that's a
So,
good time.
I mean,
Carlos got the okay, who called? So
Ready.
It was
Ready
Ready.
called and slapped his hands last
Really?
week. and told him,
What did he use? Super
use
Dispatch?
the app.
Did he,
Yeah.
did he- right,
But
because
they
that's
want
the thing.
now. That's funny is one of my guys doesn't use it at all and never gets called. They're just picking on you, Carlos.
Maybe they like his pictures better. Does he do right? Yeah. Hey, Jay. Abdi says he's coming to the super spreader party. Awesome. We got one. Cool. Do me a favor, Ty. Still send me a text. Send me a text for each, like you do. Send me a text for each Super Spreader member. This is a good time to bring this up. Guys, listen. If you're ready to join the party, join the Super Spreader party on the 13th. What is this is the car shipping roundtable. The monthly car shipping roundtable, we're calling it the Super Spreader. It's April 13th, and we want everybody to join us. Maybe your business is great. Maybe your business sucks. Maybe you've gone to towing or freight, or maybe you're a single car, you're a 9 car, you're Florida only, you're stuck in Nebraska, you can't find anything. You're in Idaho, and you're killing it. We want you on the Super Spreader. You're a dealer, you're a broker, you're a dispatcher, you're the wife of a has-been auction member. We want you on the Super Spreader. That last one? The
That was a
wife
good one.
of a has-been auction member.
So-
That is incredible.
BM asked, out of the great apps, which one pays the most? It's easy to use and is the most reliable. Well, that's the difference. All the apps are different for different reasons. As I just said, I only use Super Dispatch as my EBOL system. But the apps for the other places are actually for the load you're carrying, like United Road, Cars Arrive. It's not quite the same. It's still an EBOL system, but that way they can keep track of where you're at, what you're doing. That's why they want you to use their app. But like I said, most of my guys don't. They usually just use Super Dispatch.
Hey,
So far, I mean, until they change it, make us do different, I'm not going to.
we haven't gotten a single.
That's quite possible. If you've
There's
for the
not
last 2 weeks.
Not
No.
one company has jumped in and said, I need your help. Not one. The only search we've done is for
Well,
a
then
guy
also-
who doesn't search on load boards.
Why?
That's hilarious.
Well, okay, so then that asks the question of why was everybody saying that the loads are paying so crappy then?
I
It doesn't
swear
make
I don't
sense,
know. I swear I
right?
don't. Is it because it went, it's hard to scrape off that bumper sticker that's been on the car for 10 years? Right? Okay. Right.
Could be.
Jay, what are you talking? Right,
Yeah.
because we're so used to saying the rates suck, the rates suck. By the way, I'm gonna guess the rates still suck, even if there is, because everybody's used to, right, giving you're the carrier. Oh yeah, no, you're gonna get the least amount out of this deal. It's not funny.
So, I mean,
It's
I've
true.
been getting great loads even out of Dallas.
Really? Oh my God,
So
that is
I
amazing.
can't complain
Where?
right now.
Where
Honest
have
to
you been
God.
going out of Dallas? How about, are you getting paid for, here's what I want
Dallas
you to
to
do.
Kansas City.
I want you to do a search for me. Dallas to Atlanta. I want to see that. If those rates are good, then there really is
Well,
something
that's a
going on.
different. Okay,
Oh,
all right,
see,
all right.
that's
Now listen,
different.
I just took 3. Hold on. I can't completely complain because I got a 600, a 500, and a 450. So that's not that bad. I took him out of Dallas going to Atlanta because my driver does that. That's what he was at right today. Actually, he's picking up right now as we speak.
Right.
So anytime you get a $600 or a $500 car out of Dallas to go to Atlanta, they ain't bad money for
That's
that. Let me tell you.
really, you got that?
But I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really did. Yeah.
Wow. I've seen it I've
Yeah,
seen
and Jen just
$350.
got one
I've seen
from,
$300. I've seen Dallas to Atlanta $300, and they're like, "Yep, all day
Yes.
long." And I'm like,
Yes,
Talking
they're still
about
on here.
they're-
I
oh,
just
they're-
didn't take them.
Yeah, will you pull that up for me? I want to see your screen.
Well,
As
pull it
dealers
up.
move to buying in
So
driveways.
this is what I did. He was in Nashville.
Yeah, but who's hauling it?
Okay, so he was
Right.
in Nashville.
Who's
I
picking
looked to
up in a
see
consumer's driveway?
there was good loads coming up. Right, there was good loads picking up going from Nashville to Dallas. But before I booked him, I went to go see what the loads were paying out of Dallas going to Georgia because that's where he had to go home. And that's when I got the 600. Like, here's a 2,500.
Wait,
right
I
down here
can't
for
see it.
800 bucks
You gotta
right there.
you gotta hit share. I can't see it.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
Okay.
I took it away from you because I don't know what I was doing. Nobody knows.
Let's do it. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Look,
Um,
goals just canceled.
I know.
Okay.
let me talk to my
2,500 for
Wow.
800 bucks.
Wow. Oh, it's a utility truck. Does it have like a boom arm?
Nah, well, you'd have to check and see, but
Yeah.
Let's see. Yeah, this is the typical stuff you're gonna see, but I
Yeah.
mean, actually, 50 cents a mile right there isn't
Right.
bad.
40 cents a
Um,
mile is typical from Dallas to Atlanta.
yes,
And they're like all day
yes.
long, all day. And it's garbage. Okay, so this is all right. For the record, these rates are pretty similar to what I've seen. So even with 65,000 loads, we're still not seeing great rates from Dallas to Atlanta. Okay? Fair?
Look at that. No, you see that?
Well, you but see
$1,600 for a 3-pack.
now, okay, but that can you fit all three of those on a look at that,
Yes.
very low. Yeah, but look at that.
Yes.
You got 2 lifts and a low clearance?
Yeah, that's nothing on a 3-car wedge, though.
All right.
That's nothing.
All right. Well,
As long as you have 10-foot long ramps, you can
the
take
Jeep-
that Corvette.
And the Jeep Wrangler's going to help you.
Yes.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah. That's
That'll fit.
all right.
That's,
So that's
I wish I'd seen that load. This load came in after the fact. Otherwise, I would have taken this load.
Uh-oh. This is where dispatcher
Let's see.
depression sets in. Oh. How did I miss that load?
That's too big.
And this is where I say snap out of it. You've only known about it for 5 seconds.
Yes. And don't change loads.
Start
'cause
talking
it's
like
bad
Newman.
juju.
Newman.
Very bad juju.
He wants it. Put it back on there the way it was. Okay.
Whose motivation?
That's
That's
too
interesting.
cheap. I'm sorry. I
Motivation.
don't know. That's because that was up here. That's this 800.
yeah. That's a.
So I wonder if that's wrong and it's not really a 2,500.
Are they a Dallas
Maybe it's a
company?
5,500.
Yeah. Uh-oh. Oh, surprise utility truck. One of my favorites.
Let's see what they are. With a crane on it that weighs 5,000 pounds.
Or a dump truck, you know.
They are a dealer out of Jonesboro.
Maybe now the
Georgia.
dealer will hire porters to begin moving those driveway vehicles. It's true. You know what? As soon as the carrier rates go up, then people are like, well, maybe we can get the intern to do it.
Let's see. Yeah, I wouldn't do these F550s he's got listed for that cheap, especially when he lists a 2,500 for 8. Or we're right, and there's a big, huge boom in there or something. Let's see, what are these? These are two 2,500s. I mean, but honestly, you and I have seen on here for 2,500s $350 before. I mean, so
oh God, yeah.
the rates are up.
And they're like all day long, man.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Dallas to Atlanta, yeah, is
There's 500.
Painful.
There's 525. Here's a 4-pack, but that's Byron. I wouldn't do that.
Thank you, Silver Mint. Mix.
Ding ding.
Like, maybe they can. You think that we can get them to update the listing? Ding ding mix.
And actually put it in there.
Yeah.
Here's one out of Justin, Texas, going to Marietta for 600. But that Justin is that IA. It's horrible, just
Ooh.
horrible. And you have to wait for hours to get loaded. So it probably needs to pay more than that to get it out
Wait a minute.
there.
Did they move the IAA? Didn't it used to be a different? Wasn't it?
No, they've got a new one.
They got
opened
a
up
new one. Oh, yeah, that's interesting because
Yeah.
IAA just opened another location east of
That's
Kansas
right.
City. I think it's Odessa.
Oh, really?
Interesting. Yeah, I just read that.
Really?
Yeah, it was either IAA or Copart.
Well, I know
Check
they
it out.
opened up a new one. Yeah.
It's either IAA or
see.
Copart is
Alright.
now has a new location in I think it's Odessa. It's actually near Owida on I-70. Yep, it's IAA, isn't it?
Yeah. All right. Is it? Okay, because it's not
Or
bringing
is it
that up. I was
Copart?
trying Copart too.
I can't remember. I think it's IAA.
Oh, wow.
pretty
It's bringing
sure.
up Andrews, Texas. That didn't work either.
Well,
Let me just put in Kansas.
maybe it's not in
City.
Google
Will
yet.
it
It's
give
but
me-
it's brand new. It's
Multiple-
just a brand new.
I think I can go to the IAA locations, though. It should
Yes,
put it
I
up
think
on
if
their
you go to
website. wouldn't you
IAA,
think?
yeah,
Okay.
that's what
So,
I'm thinking.
there's a new one. Did you know there's a new one over in St. Louis as well?
Oh wow.
Let's see, is
Why-
it a Copart?
So
or
wait a minute.
Solar?
Why is
IAA.
IAA expanding? What does that mean?
I don't know. It's because it's IAA Caseyville. It used to be a Ritchie Brothers location, and it just recently opened up over there too. Let's see.
Edwardsville, maybe. Let's see. Oh,
You think
CSS.
it's-
Jay, I want to read this. Jay, funny story. There's a carrier in the Northeast area. They hired a bunch of drivers to drive new vehicles from the rail yard to the dealer, and dealers are not happy. Wow.
Oh,
The
God.
dealer's like, listen, that's not drive away. Intern Drive Away LLC. We get your car moved for $5.
Oh my God! Wow.
That's a bargain.
It is.
Skip. I didn't ask for that. Okay, this thing sucks.
Michael Watson, depressed. We need gold bar search
One of those
today.
pictures.
Oh, hey, I've got great news. You guys want to hear some great news
Okay.
while you're searching that? Let's see here. I'm gonna share my. I'm gonna
You
take
can
the screen for a
suggest I'm
second,
looking at
okay?
those.
Get this.
go ahead.
Check this out. Watch this, yo. Auto Transport Intel is now on Apple Podcasts.
Cool.
Just happened. Yeah, I mean, I've already got a podcast, and now I'm on Google. I'm on Apple. I think I'm in Amazon Alexa, and I'm actually waiting for approval to get on Pandora. But yeah, I've been submitting my podcast all over the place. This is actually really cool that it's now Apple Podcasts. I think is the #1 site for podcasts. So that's really cool. So go ahead and check that out. And you can also, you can take the screen back, Sue. You can also, if you go to autotransportintel.com, you can click on podcasts and you can sign up for the podcast. So that's pretty cool. Oh, thank you, BM. Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
I'm not. It's not coming up for me. So
IAA is not.
okay, so let's do a gold bar search. Should we just do all for a gold bar search, or what should we do?
Yeah, let's do a gold bar search. Let's see them gold bars. Let's make it rain. Because who
Or should we look at it?
doesn't
Just do all?
love the sky full of cash? Huh? I don't care if
I
it's
said,
clickbait or not. I just want to
where
see
should
money in the
we,
sky.
All right. Well, so if I put $1 a mile,
It's really the round table, but we changed the name.
but I can't put. I got to put a minimum total
Oh,
pay because otherwise,
Michael?
$1 a mile might be $75.
Michael's right. I'm just tooting my own horn. That's terrible.
Yes. Did anybody see Super J's pictures on Tuesday night? They were hilarious.
Oh my gosh, that was so fun. Taking a walk
It
down
was.
memory lane with Beck on Tuesday night.
Yeah.
Man, that was there were some cool shots. Yeah, thank you. Thanks for bringing that up. That was cool.
I'm gonna put a minimum total pay of $500 because I don't want these $75 loads. I don't know about you, but we might end up with 65 loads, 1,000 loads with $75.
Whoa.
Or
We've only got
something
15
stupid.
minutes left. That is craziness.
Wow.
Hey, well, while you're searching that, there was a couple
Okay,
other. There was one company that wasn't giving you info. There was another company that. These are big companies. Oh, here's good news. Holly
Yeah.
will sign you up even if you have less than 6 months
Yes.
in business. Tell us. Yeah, what is it?
Yes. Yeah, so I gave my list to somebody and they called all the people on the list and they sent me back a email, which I thought was fantastic, and told us that you can sign up for United Road, but you cannot do the quick pay settlement. You have to do either the 14-day or the 30-day. And then you can haul for them within 6 months. So that's kind of cool as long as you're okay with getting paid later. But I didn't know that either, so.
our invoice and bill of lading for what
Let's
we
see.
did for you.
Okay.
Spreader,
on to the
spreader,
search.
spreader, spreader, spreader. Oh, it'll be in the live chat here in a second. I jumped the
So
gun. Dang it.
There's
Jumped the gun again.
6,000, almost 6,000 loads on here that are $1 a mile that are at $500 or over. Which I guess that doesn't sound too bad, actually. Let's see.
So you think the rates are up? I'm still trying to, you know.
I mean, they have been for us. I haven't had any problem. We've been getting quite a bit of money, but I do run a certain route. So that makes a little bit of a difference. Because we kind of stay in the Midwest, and that includes like, you know, Georgia, Louisiana, Mississippi, Tennessee, Kentucky, Ohio, Michigan, Indiana, Missouri, Kansas. I'm kind of running around Arkansas. So as long as, I mean, that's where we keep our guys mainly in. And so, yeah, we've been making, like my 3 cars have been making over $6,000 a week, which is really good money. I mean, on
yeah.
average, a 3 car is going to make you $4,500 to $5,000, you know.
$6,000
Yeah.
a week on a
That's
3
good money
car.
for a 3 car.
That's fantastic. Because
Yeah.
5,
Yeah.
when things are, you know, kind of regular, kind of whatever, 5 every week
Yeah.
can become laborious.
It's good money.
Yeah, it's good money, and sometimes
Yeah,
you can't
but still,
hit 5 every week.
Even
You gotta
5
work
is
hard.
good money for.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
6? That's
Yeah,
insane.
yeah, they run their
And that's
asses off for
not
that.
normal.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, 6 on a 3 car, not normal,
No,
right?
no.
Don't be
La-
telling
last
me
week
we're going to go
on
for
one of my
7
3
next
cars,
week. Then you're going to
well,
get a
I
call.
did. I did 7,600 last week
On a
my
3 car?
on one of them. So
Holy
Yep, I did.
mackerel. Sue is the best.
Yeah.
Are you looking for
So that's
a
why when-
dispatcher? Sue at Murphy Auto Transport Services, because they guarantee.
I do have a couple spots.
That's
Yeah,
why
I
her
don't
name
guarantee
is.
anything. I'm just telling you right now, the rates are good.
That's why her name is Jennifer Guarantee. She's like, what?
Let's see. So, yeah, I didn't get that one, but I'm moving on. It's
That's
okay.
all right.
All right. So, let's see. Well, I know what it is. I should be Super Sue. If you're Super J, I should be Super
Ooh,
Sue.
Super Sue. Yes. That is good.
All right. So, here's our gold bars. They look like they're all spread out, though. So, wow. That's a really good one if you had a winch. Look at that.
Okay, thanks.
221. Yikes. For 362 miles. These are better than normal good bars on here for this kind of money. See, now, this is the problem with this one. I don't know if people know this, but at Copart and IA, once they become a certain size of vehicle, they will not load. You have got to use a winch. And that's why they're having to pay that much, is because an F550 is also
Wow.
very heavy, so
Oh,
you're going to
that's
have
a
to have
big
somebody with a winch
man.
who can actually do it.
I was just going to say,
Yeah.
because that's not your average winch. Which is
No,
people
that's
say
the
this all the
bigger
time.
winch. You have
It's not
to.
your average winch.
Yeah.
Wait, is that a wench or a winch? Huh?
Winch.
That's not your average
Yes, because
wench.
they always list them as mention on here. No.
I know.
We laugh all the time.
It is so funny. Do you have a wench?
Hi,
Oh,
matey.
Arr.
Anyways.
Yeah, the eye patch.
Here's okay. So
All right,
here's
get the
another
eye
one
patch.
that
Oh God, that's funny.
this is F650
Wait a
from
minute.
Phoenix
Eye
to
patch
Jacksonville for
dispatch.
$1.22.
Arg.
Ah.
Oh
funny.
shoot.
Let's see. California? Why is that paying? Look at that. California to Arizona for $750, $1.89. You don't ever see that.
Wow. Wow. You never see. I've never seen that ever. That is a first.
Oh, that's
Amazing.
crazy.
That is awesome.
You even got one up here in Richmond going to Phoenix for $7.75 at $1 a mile. That's
On a
Wow.
load board? That's on a load board.
yeah,
That is crazy.
yeah.
Wow.
Alright.
Look at this one. It's an F-350
Oh my
up in
God.
Sacramento going in Riverside
I
for
have
$750.
never
$1.54
seen.
a mile
I have never seen gold bars in California. Look at this. It's
in
gold.
California.
You have gold. You have a new gold bar search. Wow, this is crazy.
Yeah.
So this brings
This
us
is-
back
yeah.
to Tuesday night.
Yeah.
If you're saying the rates suck
Why are they
right
saying
now, man, maybe freight is the way to go. Maybe. That's okay, Jake. Let's not be dramatic.
Yeah, because I mean, okay, I'm gonna skip through.
Or you're
this
you're
stuff.
just in the
Okay.
wrong spot. You're doing the wrong search. You're doing it wrong.
Or here's the thing: if you're running a certain area, the rates. I hate to say this, it doesn't matter what time of the year are. There's certain places that the rates are always going to suck, and I can't. It's just the way it is. They take advantage of certain areas. You got Houston, you got Florida. California usually. We're finding some really good California stuff on here right now, but I mean, they take advantage of people out of those states because I think there's just a plethora of loads, and they get away with it. Well, nobody goes to Idaho. That should pay that much. I hate to say that, but let's see. But if you had somebody in San Francisco going up to Idaho, $9.25 for $1.36 a mile is pretty damn good. So.
Although that should pay. If you're gonna go to Idaho, it should always pay good. That's just my personal opinion.
Well, true. Well, true. Very
When's
true.
the last time you booked a load to Idaho?
A couple months ago, because I've got a driver that lives up in Washington.
Oh, really?
So
Okay.
yeah. But yeah, you're right. Not usually.
I
You do
never booked Idaho loads.
There's some good stuff going up to Oregon.
Wow.
That's not a big van.
there- look at it, small
If you see
van
anything that
with
says
ladder
City
rack.
Express, yeah,
Yeah.
it's probably 15 foot long. That's how long those City Express cargo vans are.
And that's right on the
So that's
interstate.
really
isn't
killer
it? That's
money right there.
That is a great load. Man, that is a
Yeah,
really good
it's in
load.
Portland. Yeah,
Wow. That's fantastic.
there's actually some actual gold bars on here today.
There
for
really
real.
are. I've seen many gold bars. And this is California. Holy cow. Never see that.
Yeah, yeah.
Never. Wow. Well, can you imagine the moaning
Wow.
going on in California right now? The shippers are moaning their heads off. Why is it so expensive?
Yeah, they're probably freaking out. Why do we have to pay so much? Wow. Like,
Because I can order a vase right
Let's
now
look at
and
it.
get it in an hour for free. So what's up?
yeah.
Yes, Patrick. Yes,
Go
sir.
to the two. In
We can relist it and we can see if we can get somebody.
Okay, so we got 5 more minutes. I think we covered all the stories. Did we miss anything, Sue?
No,
I think we got it all.
no, I
Except
went
for-
through my list. I think we
But there's
talked about everything.
and you
Yeah.
told me that big company that messed up the
To get a load, to cancel a load, you have to chat. But now the chat line is like, you're sometimes in queue 18 people. And that would be my only complaint is if there's such a huge broker, they either have to answer their phones, let us talk to people, or have more people on the chat line to answer the chats, because it's sometimes taken an hour to wait on hold, whatever you want to call it, on the chat line to get an answer about something, like if you're missing paperwork or if you've got the actual load coming over, because sometimes it takes them over an hour to send you the load too, and you don't even know if you've gotten it. I think they've got to work on something to make this a little bit more accessible for us when we're trying to deal with situations, if you know what I mean.
Well, what's your recommendation? What would you recommend? This is a big company, nationwide, scooping up new
Big time.
customers. But but they're messing it up in the transport side. What do they need to do better?
And then I will call you back, sir. All right?
Well, I don't
more
think they're
people?
looking at the
Answer the
paperwork
phone?
for one.
Okay, well, say it again.
Yes,
Sorry, say it
absolutely.
again.
They need more
Yeah.
people. Yeah. Well, first they need to make sure when they're sending out their paperwork that it has all the accurate information. And I thought they used to verify them. I don't know if they're doing that all of the time. I'm sure some stuff falls through the cracks. You know what I mean? It happens to all of us. But my biggest problem is when you request a load, most of us can't wait for an hour to get a response to whether we got it or not. we're trying to, fill our spots, and it's a real pisser when you have to wait that long and you don't even know. You don't know if you're getting it or not. And even if you go on the chat line to ask them and say, hey, my driver's sitting right here. I need to get this load right away. You have to wait on the chat line for 30, 40 minutes to get an answer to whether you're going to get it or not. And, drivers don't have that kind of time. We're on ELD hours. We kind of need to know, or we need to move on and find something else. But then sometimes that load is your gold bar load. So you're sitting there waiting and waiting and waiting to get it done. You know what I mean? So I think they need more people. If they're going to do the chat line, I don't have a problem doing the chat, but they need more people doing the chat and answering questions. I honestly think it might be faster than trying to wait on hold to get on the phone with somebody. But
why are you waiting on hold on a
maybe
phone?
they don't have it.
What's up with that? Because you're waiting to
Well,
get your
that's
dispatch?
what happens. It's just,
So you've already booked it and you're
Yeah.
waiting for them to send it over?
yeah. So you book it on their
Why?
load board, and on average, it takes an hour at least to get your load. But you're never contacted like anywhere in between that time of saying, okay, we're going to give you this load. You get that right as they're about to give you the load. So like I said, an
wow.
hour
So you're
later, that's
waiting
when
to
you
find out
if
if
you
you're
got it or
waiting
not.
to find out if you're
Yeah.
even going to get it? What are they doing?
Yeah.
Running relays? Is this
I
mean seriously,
I
what
think
are
their
you doing?
problem is they have not enough people.
They don't have
In
enough
the beginning,
people.
I thought it was
Okay.
because they were working from home, but I think they went back to work in the offices. So I don't think it's because they're working from home. I
Well,
think they don't have enough people.
you can't
And-
use the we're working from home excuse anymore. That worked like a
Yes.
year ago, okay?
Well, true.
All right, so
Right,
whether you're
right.
working from home
As far
or
as
the
I know, they're
shed or from under the bed or from the crazy house, you need more people. The thing is that, and
Yeah.
this is one of the things that actually bugs
Yeah.
me, is that, and this would be my soapbox as if I haven't already stood on it, is that if you're a giant
Yeah.
nationwide company, right, you've got amazing
Yes.
announcements to executives and high fives and you're jet setting and people have these titles you've never even heard
Yeah.
of. Get some more
Yeah.
people for the grunts on the ground to get
Yes.
stuff done. Don't say to the few employees you have, all right, everybody, let's do 100 this week. No. Get some more people.
Right.
You're already shaving
Right.
the margins off of the carriers as it is. If you're going to be shaving the margins,
Right.
get some more people to help you shave those margins. In fact, how
Yeah.
about this? How
I
about
agree.
bigger margins? I know we're not talking about rates right now, we're talking about people, but it really bugs me. And
Right.
these companies are the same companies that are on LinkedIn high-fiving what day of the week it is, or go get them and carpe diem. You know what? If you're going to say that stuff, put up or shut up. Hire some people to help the workforce. All right?
Right.
Man, that drives me
agree.
crazy.
Yeah, because really, they're depending on us to move their vehicles. So if we can't get access to them or access to the correct information, what is their customer going to say? You know what I mean? That's the way I look at it too.
Well, that's the thing. Exactly.
We're part of that system. So
We know that dealers.
we should be up there. Yeah.
The dealers need it. There's many other problems.
Yeah.
Stop being part of the problem. Be part of the solution. I know your marketing says you're part of the solution. You got advertising everywhere. I know some of these companies, they advertise everywhere possible how great they are. Take some of that advertising money and hire another intern. Find somebody out of college that's begging for something to do.
Yeah, because
That's just,
Well,
which is
'cause a lot of times we're
ridiculous.
just
That's a joke.
asking for an answer. You know what I mean? Right. But yeah, so I get it. If there's a few big brokers that do exactly what I'm talking about. It's not just, I hate to say it, a lot of the bigger brokers do this exact same thing. Some of them don't even have chat lines. Some of them keep you on hold. I had it happen to me. I was so pissed yesterday. I was taking a load for a big one, and they hung up on me 3 times after I'd waited on hold for 10 minutes. And
No,
then it said, when
they
I called
hung
back
up
the
on
4th
you
time,
after you
it's
waited
like,
on hold
yes,
for 10 minutes.
yes,
I've had that happen too.
yes.
That is the
And
worst.
And just so you know, they have a load board too. And I requested the load. They denied me. Didn't tell me why. So I wanted to know why. So I'm calling them and I'm calling them and calling them. Finally, I leave leave where you can push a button, they'll call you back. So 10 minutes later, they call me back and then they give me the load. I'm like, well, why the hell didn't you just give me the load on the load board then?
And now,
Well, we
now
wanted
that,
to make sure you were really going to pick it up tomorrow.
oh yeah, and now they're like, so when are you going to deliver it?
Oh yeah, they've already called. Already have called.
And they're going
Did
to
you
call.
pick it up yesterday?
They're
Are
going to
you
call
delivering it
10
today?
minutes through the night.
Yes.
That's the. There seem to be more people on the make sure you call the driver and hold his hand workforce than the let's make sure we get him the
Yeah.
dispatch workforce. What's up
Yeah.
with that?
Yeah. Yeah. Getting
CSS,
calls
is that the company
repeatedly,
that sends
where's
you
your
email?
driver?
Here it is. Is that the company that sends you email updates for their loads at 7 a.m., 9 a.m., 11 a.m. after texting and calling? Is it? Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
The second person,
And
yes.
the thing is,
it
and we're being nice. We're not mentioning that company name. But this is such a big, pervasive, nationwide problem that, my gosh, what is it going to take
Yeah.
to actually get this thing
Yes.
fixed?
Because the company I'm talking about that they hung up on me literally will call back to back with different people and ask the same question that we just answered 10 minutes prior to that and sent an email back as well. I had this happen last week for one of their loads. And I said, we just talked to somebody. And they're like, well, we don't have it in our records. And I'm like, really? Well, here, I got an email that they answered me too. So you should have it in your records. Well, we want it picked up at a certain time. I said, well, that's not going to happen. We told you it would be between, 11 and 3. And well, that's not good enough. I'm like, really? Okay.
Oh,
What
that's
more
not
do
good
you
enough.
want? My firstborn
That
child? Come
that
on
window's
now.
not tight enough for our customer. And by the way, I want to say this too. Here's what's really interesting. There's only 18 people here. Of the 18 people here, everybody knows what we're talking about.
Yeah. They've dealt with it.
So
had it
think
happen.
if you
Yeah.
ask
It's crazy.
1,000 people, you've got 998 people that know what we're talking about. If it's that many people,
Yeah.
this is a common
Absolutely.
problem for a lot of people. So please fix it. Please.
Yeah.
Pretty please, sugar on top. Hey, having
Help
said
us,
that,
please.
yeah, please. Listen, I want to thank Sue. I want to thank you so much for taking us down that gold bar search for the 90
problem.
minutes of input. Sue, you are
no
a
problem.
treasure. Huh? Ladies and gentlemen, where's that
Thank
And thank you to the office. Jen made a couple people smile in the live chat. And so thank you, Murphy Auto Transport Services.
No problem. We are here to help.
You guys do a great job.
This
So
is what
much
we should. I
great
just figured
input.
it out.
Yeah.
We should tell the brokers, these big brokers, this is what we should say.
Mm.
Let us help you to make us better. If we turn around on them, maybe they'll do it. You know what I mean?
That's right. Stop force feeding us what you perceive as your problem, and let us
Right.
force feed you our problems. How about that?
Yes.
And that would be a first. That's what, what's so neat about that? Okay, here comes my horn again. But that's the whole point of Auto Transport Intel, is to finally start giving information the other way. Right? Because we got your information. We got your text. We got your email. We're on hold. We've been waiting long enough. It's time for you to listen to us.
Yes, exactly. That's what we're here for.
That's what we're
I
here
mean,
for.
we're trying to make this industry better too.
And we're not just
For all of
griping.
us.
We're not griping about the weather. We're not griping about the president or whatever. We're here to talk about the auto transport industry, about the business. And this show,
Yes.
specifically on Thursdays, we're talking about load boards. We're talking about mobile apps. We just spent 90 minutes talking about load boards and mobile apps. They said it couldn't be done.
Yeah.
Not only did they say it couldn't be done, but they're positive we can't do it every week. Well, we can. We'll be here every Thursday.
We can.
Try the veal. Oh, we don't have any veal. Well,
No.
try the stale Cheetos. We have some of those. And if you're looking for a wireless printer or whatever it is for your truck that'll help improve your business, please do stay tuned to Auto Transport Intel. Thank you so much for joining us on another Thursday on Dispatching Live. Stay safe, everybody. Take care,
All right.
and we'll see you soon.
All right.
Peace out.
See ya.
Bye.